Standard Games Podcast, episode 17, take 1.
Here we go. And as of right now, we got around 200,000 subscribers, listeners, downloads on every single platform. And today
we have something very special. We actually have a guest who doesn't even know that he's a guest.
Jorg.
We have Jorg as a
behind
guest.
the camera.
So we will be right back because we have to change the setup a bit. Be right back.
But Jorg doesn't know, so what's your thoughts? Happy with that?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah?
Someone sent a DM to me, like, you should be on the podcast because a lot of the listeners are teenagers and you are a teenager.
Exactly.
So,
Nice?
yeah,
Let's
go.
do that. All right, so we're back, and we're back with, who are you?
Jorg.
Jorg. So my brother is here, Jorg Brownie Jr., also one of his infamous names.
By popular request, by the way, from people listening and watching.
Yes,
So
100%.
Here.
Like, people kept saying, "Get your brother in here. He is an 18-year-old. He is younger. He is probably has a different perspective on certain things."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we are 100% sure that is true. And we got some fun questions for you as well.
I'm excited.
All right, so we know you as Jorg Brownie, Brownie Jr., but who is Jorg Brownie? Who are you if you're not in the Brownie brand?
I'm 18 years old. I still live at home. I work a lot here. I play games. I do a lot of sports.
What kind of sports?
Soccer, fitness, free running.
It's football.
Football.
You call it football.
And skateboarding. And doing a lot of sports with friends. I really love to do that.
All right, and school?
I go to a college around sports, really sport related. So that's really cool. Actually, a lot of my life is about sports.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I hear this, that's a lot about sports.
But
Yeah,
working basically a lot of like sport related videos, going to school, sport related, doing a lot of sports besides learning about sports. Yeah, that's a lot of sports.
Yeah. If I tell people what I'm doing in daily, then they always tell me, like, that's a lot of sports. There's a lot of sports.
Yeah, it is.
And has that always been a big part in your life, like all your childhood as well?
At the beginning of my life, like, I really loved every sport. Then I fell back a bit, lost a bit of motivation, and now I'm back at it. And I love it even more than ever. So,
Right.
And for those who don't know, who is Jorg Brownie? So what do you like sort of do online? Where might people know you from?
I'm the little brother of Brownie.
The little brother of Brownie.
yeah. Basically, it's what people mostly recognize me for. If I'm in public or see me in a video, hey, it's the little brother of Brownie.
Small brother.
Yeah,
That was the
small
last
brother,
video.
I know that problem. I was in a calisthenics park last week, and I've had this more often, and people come up to me like, "Hey, wait, you're that guy from the podcast with Brownie."
Yeah.
Like, yes, but
I don't see it as a problem.
No.
but
It definitely should be a problem, especially if you're sort of like part of the brand.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, for Bob, I could it is
I
the
understand,
podcast.
especially in the calisthenics park. I understand they know you, and then I'm here, so it makes sense.
But in the videos, you always like. Especially in the beginning, you call me little brother, so it's for it's for a lot of people. It's normal just to the little brother.
For those who don't know, he is being called Little Brother in my most watched video, which has like 13 million views right now. He's being called Little Brother because he was 13 years old there. Quite a lot. So, I mean, that's just his name. Same as like the guy in the blue shirt.
Actually,
that's just a little brother, Brownie, little brother, the little brother of Brownie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. All right, and we're going to start with 2 dilemmas, and the first one is quite simple. Would you rather have your own very strong personal brand in the future, or become a really big part of the Brownie brand?
I think that's a pretty easy one. I want to grow in the Brownie part. Like, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
You can. We'll talk about it in a minute.
So that was the first dilemma.
Yeah.
Already starting with a strong one and a very interesting one. But now the second one. Would you rather work in a supermarket or work for Stem Brownie?
Of course, in a supermarket. No, but
we knew
We knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
it's, of course, here it's so much more fun.
Yeah, okay. So I wanted to sort of make that obviously an easy one, I hope.
Yeah.
But we can make that a little bit harder with what is your dream job? when it comes to like, is this what you're doing right now? Is that something very super fun, or is there something like you can say stuff like astronaut or something epic? But is this like, is there something else?
I had some things when I was younger, like a fighter jet pilot. I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But I think where I'm at now, it's a really versatile job, and I really love it. It is every day is different, and I think if I grow in here, it is my dream job.
No, that's
All right.
nice. That's nice.
That is really nice. So let's go back to the first
Yes.
dilemma. So I know that you have some old YouTube videos online of yourself. I'll see if I can find one and put it in the description. It's definitely worth watching. But you also once told me, like, I don't want to compete with Stan, which would also be pretty difficult. But to be, so if you would have your own YouTube channel, it would be something completely different. But you still say, I want to become a part of the Brownie brand.
Yeah.
What? Tell us more.
The things Stan makes, I really love. So if I do,
He really wants to keep his job, doesn't
no,
he?
no. It's just, I wouldn't do it different because it is what I would do as well. A little bit less high end because I can't right now. So I think the best option for me is to stay here, learn, and keep growing as a person and in the brand.
I would say, I mean, I would probably have said that if I were in your position as well, when it comes to like really growing and becoming like an insanely big part of the brand, which you're already becoming, obviously. Probably also because the opportunity is there. Otherwise, you would have to start all over again. And if there is no need for change, why change it? And there's also freedom, like I'm sort of like freedom that we talked about, because you once mentioned, hey, maybe I will, when there's time, I will go stream or something like that. And even that you could do under your own brand, under your own name, but even that could be under the Brownie brand, as in like with your own, like the York Brownie, for example. So there is a lot of freedom there, especially for York, and also actually a lot of people that sort of work here that can work under their own thing and do whatever they want. But we're growing right now, and it's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, maybe just in this, can you, for the people who might not know this, what role do you have right now in the Brownie brand?
It's so much actually, but the main thing is then editing. Editing is what I do mainly. I shoot videos, I shoot photos for thumbnails. I go on with Stan with almost every video now. So
yeah, you're also in front of the camera.
Yeah, behind the camera. It's
that's evolving basically, right? From starting with a bit of editing to editing much more to now being in front of the camera. And maybe that's also a question for you. Do you think that will keep growing, like his part in this?
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, the thing there is also what we're doing right now. The podcast is it's part of the brand, also part of your brand. It's where he grew in. Like if we were talking about this last year, he wasn't doing this. This was also not an option at that point because we weren't doing it. So who knows where it's going to be in a year? Who knows where it's going to be in 5 years? So
about a year ago, I started editing with a course. So and now I'm here. Yeah.
Cool.
So a lot can happen in a year.
Yeah, a lot can happen.
So as you know, our standard next question is, what is a standard day for you?
I wake up at around 9. Now I'm having the vacation, like I'm off school.
Yeah.
So I wake up at 9, be at 10 here, work until 2 p.m. and then I have the whole day to edit the podcast or do different things. But when I'm at school, it's really different every day. So sometimes I need to wake up at 6 a.m. and sometimes I need to wake up at 11 a.m. So it's really different. But I would say like on school days, I wake up at 8 a.m. Until like 2 p.m. Then I am here for 4 hours, then go home, eat, play, sleep, do some sports.
Obviously sport, there's a lot of work. In between either, or just
mostly after work. I go down here with friends and work out. So
that's basically what I see him do every single day. That's
mostly
nice.
at night, like do some games or then go for a workout. It's also sometimes.
What games do you play?
On PC, I play GTA, some shooter games, a lot of racing games. I really love racing games. Racing is also a big part of my life.
Yeah, we record this podcast always on Sunday, and Sunday is always
Race
Formula
day.
One race day as well.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
always know if there's a race, you have to, we have to make sure we're ready in time.
Yeah.
Have you always been a big fan, or has it basically been since Verstappen became big? Or
I started like following and knowing what Formula One was like in 2010 when Vettel was like the big guy. But I really got involved since 2017. I don't know why, but when I saw Verstappen win in Malaysia, not even his first race,
yeah.
I really got hooked. I don't know why, but I really got hooked. So since 2017, I watch every race.
I mean, I do remember like our uncle having like a steering wheel sort of game. So I think that's where it might have started. That is definitely 2010.
Yeah.
He had like lots of racing games. I think also because there's a lot of TT sports there.
Yeah.
In where he lives, Assen. So there you go. There's lots of racing going on there. So he probably got hooked at some point as well. Maybe in 2005 already or 2010.
Our uncle watched Formula One with our dad, like when they were really young. So
there you go. So
like,
it goes back. So it goes back. But yeah, it's a big part of our entire family now. So the racing and
cool.
football and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. Like sports in general. So our family really loves sports, except for mom. But
And that does not mean that she's not fit, or she's very fit right now.
just watching sports.
So watching
That's
sports,
what I
and
mean.
if there's something green on the screen, it's sort of a switch going on, and it's just full mom mode that's going very, very mad. Like, turn off the screen.
Alweer voetbal.
Basically, shout out to my mom. She is very fit right now and working hard. So that's nice. That's
Cool.
nice.
Okay, so I have a question for you, and be honest in your answer. You work for your brother,
Yeah.
right? And you already said in the beginning, it's really cool. You get to do a lot of cool things. What are some pros and some cons about working for your brother? Because I can also imagine that sometimes, you are working for your brother.
Yeah. Actually, I thought about this question. Like, I don't know, but I know I in one point I'm gonna get asked this question.
Yeah.
In your life.
In my life. So
In my life.
the pros are.
He's really ready.
Yeah,
He's ready.
Okay, the pros are the working hours. I can move them myself. Like when I work, and usually I like and Stan likes when it's a little bit of structure in it. So now I'm from 10 to 2 p.m. Here.
Yep.
So it's
5 times a week, basically.
5 times a week. So that's easy to remember for us both. But on school days, I can move it every week actually. So that's really a pro. It's close to home. It's with my brother. So yeah, it's
So that's a pro. Okay,
It's a
okay.
the cons are.
Here we go.
Starting with the pros and then going to the cons. That's never a good thing.
That's
That's
not a
like
good thing.
that's like sort of sugarcoating it and then going.
Okay, but let's go. Let's go.
Okay. He's really like Stan is really on point on everything. Like I want this, I want that, I want this. So I get it. And if we shoot something, he's like, was it good? And like the shot, and I said yes. All right, let's do it another time. So like, why are you asking that question? Because I know, yeah. But when I see the footage back, it's good that we did it another time. So it's actually like not really a con, but
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
on that time it's a con and it's a pro.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like
I mean, I just know I have been doing this for so long. I know that either like a second take is one of the most important things, or I just know during recording when someone else is recording what the camera is seeing and what's happening. And even if there's a little shake, I most of the time see it. Even though I'm doing a front lever in front of the camera, I just think, oh, there's probably something going wrong there. So we need to and sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right.
Yeah.
But it's heavy.
I think in general, just to basically say it more clear what he said. I mean, I also know you, have known you for a while now. You are very, and I think that's part of the reason why you are very successful.
Yes,
you are
for
who
sure,
you are.
for sure.
But you know exactly what you want and how you want it. And then if something is a bit different from how you have envisioned it in your head, even though you might not have said it that way, you're like, no, that's not what I want. But the good thing about that is that it makes it very clear, like your brand and the style you have, and I think that's also a bit what sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. Let's continue with the cons.
He's enjoying this.
Yes, I am.
Enjoying this.
Sometimes like it's a part of the job. It's sometimes really boring to go to 5 hours of footage, but it's part of the job. And actually, when you look back at it, and there are some funny bits, it's also fun to do. But like there are cons, but there are small cons.
I guess that's just editing for you, as in like editing in general. Like a lot of people that are either like creators or freelancers for themselves, create for businesses, they can love what they do. And even like the good thing here is that you're also sometimes in front of the camera and you're recording it, and there's a purpose. Like we're doing the crazy challenge, so it's fun to watch. I mean, some people have to go through like 5 hours of footage of just interviews for brands that they don't even like. So as in like they think it's boring. So that I think that's just editing. But
I think every job has something that's boring, right? But the fact that it's your brother is actually for you a pro.
Yeah, actually,
which should be. But I can also imagine that sometimes that can make. Well, maybe it's a good question for you because at the end of the day, it is employer-employee, but it's also brothers. So is it sometimes hard to then, if you don't like something, say it, or maybe even say it more intense because he's your brother?
There are more like there are pros and cons, because I think that if you say something to a employee, as in like, hey, you're working for me, you're getting paid, you're doing something that you probably like, but you're not listening, then he's probably taking that a little bit more seriously. But if I say it to my brother, then there is a chance that I have to say it twice, 3 times before he gets through, because he is just also my brother, and I've been talking to him for like 18 years of his life now. So if I say something, it just gets it just hits less hard.
It's really hard to see him as like the boss.
Yeah,
of course. It's my brother, so
so that makes sense. So, but there's a lot more pros than cons, because you can just. This is gonna be funny. When I, for example, send him my my phone footage of, for example, videos, 30-day challenges, I'm not sure if I would send everyone like the phone footage, because there's some weird shit sometimes in there. Like it's just random, but sometimes it's just it could be. I would probably go through every single footage myself and then send it before even being like, yo, you can watch it everything, because there have been cases of like literally. I mean, this is a very bad example because I'm not like doing any weird or illegal stuff or something like that. No. But there have been a case of creators doing something in front of the camera, and then their editor posting that on Twitter or sending that to friends, and then those creators got canceled. It's not that I'm doing weird shit like that, but it could be literally like, I don't know, I'm doing weighted pull-ups and my pants is almost like down, as like I'm almost naked, for example. Well, if I would send it to an editor, that's quite weird.
That's weird. Yeah.
And I mean, my brother, he maybe even was there during the recording. So
true.
That's I think a fun bit.
And also funny that you actually already thought about this.
He was ready.
and we were preparing this podcast, and Stan was like, there can't be any cons. There can't be any cons. Like, there should be so much more pros than cons. There can't be any cons. And I think in a way it's true, because probably if you think about your friends who are the same age, I think what they're doing is like a job, you probably can't complain there.
Oh, it's like... If I have to think about cons, then are that the cons? But they're small cons, so
I mean, I was expecting some cons, but I was like, yo, if he's gonna say there are more cons than pros, or if there's gonna be some cons that I don't agree, I'm gonna hit back. I'm gonna hit back. But no, it was good.
There are a lot more pros than cons.
Here we go. Job saved.
A lot more.
Job saved. So it's also the holidays right now. What are your goals? As in, you just sort of finished your first year of school.
Yeah.
And what are your goals right now?
Just to have fun, I guess. Like, relax, do some things on vacation, because I'm gonna go on vacation to Spain soon. So I'm really looking forward to that with some friends, with my girlfriend. So it's really with mom and dad. So I'm looking forward to that. Really relaxing there, doing my things, looking lean. Yeah, so
like a machine.
Like a machine. No, it's just so and showing off the body I created. No. But because of the 90-day challenge, almost.
Yeah, we're doing that right now. 90-day challenge. That's also what he's doing right now in front of the camera for a series on the channel, and also is the name of the new course that's coming out that he's following. So that's coming out soon, so get ready. But those goals were kind of short term. Those were like for the holidays. So any long-term goals?
I really want to...
Always fun to think about. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You should know this, man. You should know your goals.
Sort of. I mean, I
when
would
you were
always...
18, I probably didn't know my goals, but I would say, what
it's good to think about,
Like, I don't know when, but I really want a car.
That's a fun materialistic goal, as in like, hey, I want to achieve that, but the way you're gonna achieve that, as in the mindset towards. I mean, obviously, that's probably what we just talked about, like growing in this company and getting better at that. But any goals besides that, like
I really wanna complete the school where I'm at right now.
Exactly.
Then I wanna grow in your company like crazy, like big. Maybe my like some part that's really like my part of the company, like so you don't have to think about that anymore. Like
that's nice.
Really, my part of the company where I can do my things. You can do your things. Like it doesn't even have to be like video related. Like maybe like some merch or it's really really.
I get it.
I think that's a goal of mine to be like really, really important for the company. Like I have a really big responsibility. That's nice. what I want to do.
But and then you are, when you told about your story, it was a lot about sports.
Yeah.
Is there something that you want to achieve in sports, or something you might want to do in the future with that, or? Yeah.
I don't see myself on a professional level in sports, so it's a really hard question for me. I don't know why, but
I get it, because it's you're sort of in the middle of school. You're working somewhere where you think, hey, that's nice. There's probably a future there. We'll see what it brings. And you're 18, so that's maybe something that a lot of people can relate to. Like, yo, I'm 18. What are my goals?
Yeah.
What are actually my goals? So maybe writing down. That's it. Writing down.
I would say do something called dream setting. So dream setting is basically write down your dream life.
Yeah.
Right. So and that is pretty big. It is where do you live, with who, what do you do for work, and all those things. And that's
pretty detailed, yeah.
And I think that's super cool to do. And I mean, I didn't do that when I was 18.
Yeah,
but
probably started doing that like 10 years later.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Still.
Yeah, that's a good one. So nice.
It's just a really hard question, and I think it's for a lot of people. It's a really hard question just to think about the long term.
Oh yeah,
goals.
definitely.
So for fitness, it is growing still, as in like, yo, just keep getting stronger, better. Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
I have a follow-up question for that. Why are you fat again? Maybe we have to put some context here.
Why are you fat again? So we actually did a 90-day journey with this guy, a 90-day transformation, which was very successful. He got quite fat at some point, and he was, like you said, you were fit for quite some time. You were into free running as well. You were very lean, and then over the course of like not even that long, like 2 years, you gained like, I think it's almost 20 to like 15 kilograms. So I was like, yo, let's go. Let's do the same thing I did with transforming my sister. Let's go and let's do that. And that was a super success. You got stronger. You got lean like a machine. Yeah. Everything was on point. And what happened is that Corona hit, or the virus hit, and gyms closed. You were in a flow, and you sort of got a girlfriend as well that likes eating. Yeah. I mean, she's like fit. She's not fat or anything. She's just like, she just likes to make food, like my girlfriend as well. It's also a problem for me. Shout out to Sydney. And you just you gained your sort of mass, not back again, because not even close to it. But you got like, your abs were gone, and people kept saying, why are you fat again? Jorg, why are you fat again? Or why is your brother fat again? So that's why the question is here. But he is actually not fat again anymore.
So, I mean, of course, that was sort of a joke question, but I think it's more interesting in terms of you're a teen, and a lot has happened. And you also said I lost motivation at some point. Can you tell us a bit about why and how you regained that and what happened?
It's like when Corona hit, the gyms were closed, and I went 3 days a week to the gym. And I really love calisthenics, but I don't know, when just when I can go to the gym, I go to the gym because I don't know. I like it more. Sometimes calisthenics I like more, but gym, I don't know. I feel like I'm stricter at the gym, also food wise.
Is it the environment more, or is it as in like what you do there, or is it the environment?
I think both.
Both.
I mean, what he said about food, I recognize that. I do a lot of both. When I do calisthenics, I just think, okay, I'm going to go to the gym or to the park, I'll do calisthenics. When I go to the gym, I think, okay, let's have this food because I'll have more energy in the gym. And then after gym, let's eat this. So I have sort of the same thing in my mind. I don't know why.
Exactly. It's. I feel like I'm more strict in the gym. And with friends, I don't know. It's so
I guess that's more what's on your end, and maybe you're like, it's not a problem, but like let's call it the problem.
Yeah.
As in his friends, especially like the really big one, Koos, he's really big, and calisthenics is calisthenics is for everyone, but calisthenics is not in his favor. As in doing any perfect skills or anything fun, he is so big, so heavy, so it's just a unit, literally. So I guess that I get it that he wants to just go on bench press and deadlift and just gets like stronger and stronger every single time, instead of like, I don't know, gaining mass, and then he just can do a pull-up less. That's literally his progress. Yeah. So that sucks, and I guess that's taking him way too long to enjoy the process. And that's what people in calisthenics have to keep in mind. I think like calisthenics is for everyone, but I mean, having a friend like that and then going to the gym and seeing him in his element and probably just going with the flow, same maybe applies to Luke, but I'm not too sure about that. Like calisthenics should be made for him. He's a little bit smaller. That's just the entire vibe. So if one friend is enjoying it less, and then you're going to someone that you're all enjoying, I guess that makes sense. Yeah,
and I really like just to lift heavy things. Yep. So it's really fun to do. I get a pump more easily in the gym. Of course, it's something I really like. Yeah.
No, I think anyone who goes to the gym pretty serious and says they don't like getting a pump is lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, definitely. And also, I mean, you can do like weighted calisthenics and stuff like that, but it's I get it. Yeah. It's different.
So, but maybe a bit deeper. So because we had someone else here, Max, like a month ago or something, and he spoke about what happened to him during lockdown and when the curfew was there and everything, as an 18-year-old just out of school. You're sort of in the same situation. How did it affect you, and can you tell us a bit more about that mindset-wise?
I think I didn't really leave like the region here. That's a big problem for me. I wasn't really moving.
And also what people call it as in the bubble.
Yeah. The bubble sort of.
Normally I go to school like outside of here. Yeah. So I didn't do that. I just stayed at home or go to my friends. So my friends are like a couple of kilometers away. So that was probably like the only moving I had that time. So it was really hard to get moving and get the motivation to move. And I really didn't think like the consequence of not moving. I really didn't think them through. So I kept eating what I was eating. I didn't move. We didn't have like the sports at school. So I didn't have the movement I had before. And the sports I had before, I kept eating worse, actually. So, yeah. And, I think it happened like that. So I wasn't moving. I couldn't go anywhere. Everything was closed. I didn't feel like lonely because I had friends and my girlfriend. As in sports, you couldn't do anything. Like calisthenics you could do, but I didn't think about it. I don't know why.
So you would say that the lockdown has not really gotten to you in any other way, but only like the workout, physical.
Mental, not really.
I must say that I see a pattern when it comes to people that really sort of have an impact are impacted by lockdown in a mental way, which is like either people that really miss like the work floor and don't have any relationship maybe at home, or like really work miss that. Or people that most of the time look for adventures and new people that like move from one place to another or move at a young age somewhere. Yeah. And then they don't have their friends because they are obviously where they sort of left the place they left. And you see that those really struggle because obviously now you're sort of lonely because you can't go out, you can't meet new people. But a lot of people around me as well, like they don't, like they either miss the school that they went to or the workplace. But it's not like they feel lonely, probably.
No, I don't think I've ever felt lonely in the lockdown.
Me neither.
No.
So-
How about some friends of you your age? Maybe have you noticed anything there? or is
No,
it-
my friend group is really small. Actually, like I have a couple of friends, but the really close friends
Yeah.
I work out with. No, I don't. We really were with each other like a lot of the times. So I think that helped. It was not always illegal to be with each other. Yeah, it was really easy for me. The lockdown, like mentally, it was really easy
Yeah.
for me. I don't.
Yeah, I think there's really sort of two groups,
Yeah.
as you also said, and I especially know a lot of entrepreneurs who said, well, for my business it was amazing because I could just focus on building the business. But for example, sports was shit, or
Yeah.
social life was down. So I think,
Oh yeah, I'm interested in you. How, like, I know somewhat how you experienced it, but
Yeah.
the only difference you have with me, I guess, is like I have a girlfriend, you don't have.
Yep.
That's how it sounded like. I
No, I know what you're
I
gonna
wasn't
say.
going there.
Yeah, so the in the beginning I didn't really care. Right in the beginning it was just, okay, this is happening, let's focus
Yeah.
on the business. The business was doing pretty well. I tried dating during curfew and lockdown, which was a walking date in a park with this girl, and that was just like after 20 minutes, and okay, that's just
I remember you telling that.
remember
I
as
just at that point I realized, okay, you know what, dating will be for after, as soon as restaurants or bars or anything opens, because I'm talking about dating, like serious dating for
Yep.
getting a relationship, and just inviting someone over, like, hey, yeah, let's have drinks at my place. I've never met you.
Yeah,
It's not. I mean, it can be really fun,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, or I've never done it in lockdown, but that's for a different reason, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get something serious, it's nice if you can go outside to a bar or something. So
Yeah.
that I did struggle with a bit, but for me, it was the mindset, okay, let's focus on the things that we can control right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. But I know
Mindset.
a lot of people who are a bit older than you guys, so a bit more, let's say my age or late 20s, beginning 30s, even in their 40s, who are single and didn't really have a strong social circle. They were really, really lonely.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like though, and that's what you sort of create by also like going away from your friends and family, and then
Yeah.
lockdown hits.
Yeah.
That's basically what you sort of create.
Yeah, and a lot of relationships that actually ended because all of a sudden you were working in the same place. You were always at how.
I've heard that in
Always
the
with-
beginning as well.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of died down now because I mean, if you survived the past year and a half,
Yeah.
then you should probably be okay.
Yeah.
But
There was this funny little research that people have had less sex during lockdown, but even couples. Because
I mean, I guess that has to do maybe with because you see each other like
Exactly.
the entire day.
yeah, the entire day, and it's a bit different. And you're like, I go to bed, okay, have fun, because we've seen each
Yeah.
other all day. And then so apparently that's sort of, and that's also why they said this summer, wow, they were gonna go slutty summer. So
What?
a lot of media have been speaking about this for a while because everything's gonna open up again. So people, especially who are single, are gonna go to
Oh,
festivals,
like that,
go
yeah.
bars. They can finally meet up again, and then the expectation was really it to be slutty summer.
Hot girl summer.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
you can maybe call it a bit,
Yeah.
but more like people will sleep around.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've seen that like a really big thing on TikTok, like hot girl summer thing. Like, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's some I've never seen that any summer, and
No.
now because
Everywhere.
everything was closed and now things
Yeah.
are kind of going open again,
Yeah. But,
you
yeah.
get people like that.
Yeah. So let's replace COVID with STDs.
This is gonna be like in front of the intro, and then we're gonna roll the intro.
Also, when Corona hit, I was doing a school I didn't like, so I dropped out of that
What
school.
was it?
It was like really technical and not really my thing.
It sounded fancy. So I guess sort of the name sounded fancy, and I guess that's maybe why it was chosen, and maybe you thought like that
Yeah,
sounds.
like I thought about the future, and you never should do that. Like
Should you never think about the future?
Not on a school, like college. I think like it really, on my age, what people who like know the shit about it, told me just choose what you like, and then I chose sports.
So you choose the other one because you thought I can get a good job later.
yeah,
and
and
make, okay.
it
sounded
sounded
fancy.
yeah. I dropped out. I was not allowed to drop out because I wasn't 18 then.
Ah, yeah.
So I just getting Fs, like ones, even zeros. That means that you didn't didn't do the tests.
Impressive.
So the week I turned 17, Corona hit. So I had my birthday party, like, and 2 days later, everything closed down. The schools closed down, and I never ever went to that school while I was 17. So I had like with the holiday almost half a year, nothing, like really nothing.
Because of Corona, or did you not have to go to school?
Because of Corona, we only had online schools, but I didn't go to them because I was already gonna stop with it. So and the teachers didn't really care. So and then we had the first 9-day challenge. I really could focus only on that, and I didn't work for you at the time.
True.
I worked at the supermarket like 3 times a week. So that was a really small part of my life.
Which I heard you were really good at.
Yeah, I was really good at that. That's why I stopped.
You
got fired?
No.
You
But
should have probably.
Yeah, because I was too slow, I guess. No, I didn't like the people, and the people didn't like me. So yeah, it happens. Yeah, so.
I mean, I guess that...
Yeah, a little backstory. Stan's girlfriend worked also there, so she heard stories about me. Like, oh, he's such a...
So slow and
So
stuff
slow.
like that. But I mean, I guess you were, really.
Yeah.
I guess you were slow. I mean, it's not the best environment for, like, to really be motivated or anything. It's like a supermarket, the pay is low, stuff like that. So, I mean...
Yeah,
I kind of get it. You should probably still like do your job, but yeah, I get it.
yeah, I did my job. Like,
Yeah, you did your job, but you were probably one of the slowest.
Yeah. Okay. So you had the job.
Yeah.
You weren't working with Stan yet.
Yeah.
So I had like a half year, like nothing actually. So and I really like it actually. So and then I thought, I really hate my job. So let's ask Stan if he needs someone to edit, maybe. So I went to his room. I remember this really well. So I went to his room and said, yo, to me, it sounds really fun to work for you, quit my other job, and get paid by you, so you don't have to work as much as you do right now. He was a bit skeptical at first, I think. Like
I guess I was because of I have been searching for an editor for a long time. I still sometimes am, just because of the insane amount of videos that we're trying to put out, or the insane amount of quality. So at that point, it was kind of the same, but just a less higher level. And I was just thinking, hey, am I going to give this away to someone with very minimal editing experience? I mean, yeah, I can teach someone, but am I going to do it? Well, in the end, I did.
I kept like asking for it, and then he came with Skillshare, and so I followed a pretty basic course there, and now I know the basics. So I worked at home then, because
I think we did some tryout videos as well.
We didn't have the place here, so I just worked at home.
Just it was my room, and across my room was his room. So that's how we started working together.
So and I was getting paid. So that was nice, but I didn't have like somewhere to go to spend my money on. So I finally made what I like for 5 years. I wanted to build a PC.
Yep.
So I finally got to build my PC because of Corona. You couldn't spend your money on anything. You didn't have parties. You didn't go anywhere. So I think that was like an upside of Corona also. So you could really save your money up because you couldn't spend it to anything.
Yeah. And I really like the story, well, the last part of the story, because a lot of people are always afraid to step up to someone and ask, hey, can I do this? Or can we do this? Or do you want to come on the podcast? Or do you want to... And, the worst thing that could have happened to you is Stan saying, sorry, you don't have experience. No.
Yep.
And then you would still have the same result as not asking him.
Yeah.
So I think that's very cool for a lot of people who are always like struggling, like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know. Or maybe even stepping up to a girl. Like, it's the same, right? Just go there, ask, and if it's no, then that's fine. And if you're respectful in the way you ask someone, you will always get a respectful answer back.
Yeah, definitely.
So I like that.
So it was also, it was just basically like going back and forth, like trying out some videos, trying out some stuff. And I think you maybe even won like a certain amount of money with the challenge.
Yeah.
And after that, we started like the pay. So I was with the 90-day challenge, probably like the
Yeah.
$500 for the 90-day challenge. That was
was
sort of the
like-
first payment-ish.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was basically for the challenge.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, let's match what you're getting paid at your supermarket right now. Let's get
Yeah.
you a more fun job for the same amount of money. And that's where it started.
Yeah.
So that's how
Yeah, that's,
we talked about this briefly, but you did some free running.
yeah.
You never talked about this. Oh, we did in some videos like 2017, but I don't think a lot of people know, maybe?
And
Do
this,
they?
This is
Yeah.
actually, because as we record this, the Olympics just started. I saw that in 4 years, free running will actually be a demo sport on the Olympics, and probably in 8 years it might very well become Olympics.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I think it's growing.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us a bit more about how you started and everything.
Actually, same applies to skateboarding.
Yeah,
I guess.
skateboarding
is
Skateboarding
like-
and
is
he
now-
did that as well. So also quite a lot. So there's a lot of stuff to sort of look at
Yeah,
here.
I really like urban sports. So,
Yep.
for example, calisthenics is an urban sport, skateboarding is an urban sport, and free running is an urban sport. Just the sports you can do outside, everywhere, with everything, except for skateboarding. You have to have a skateboard. That's a small thing, but you can do it everywhere, and everybody knows what they are. Like everybody knows a push-up, everybody knows a pull-up, everybody knows maybe not an ollie, but like the with a jump,
yeah.
a kickflip. So it's really a big thing around the world. So it's really fair to be an Olympic sport. But from my end, from in my eyes, I really started loving urban sports with skateboarding when I was
Yeah.
younger. It wasn't really my thing to do like the tricks. I really still love the cruising around everywhere.
Longboarding as well.
Longboarding, like yeah. But then I came across free running. Before that, I did some things on trampolines, like, but you need a trampoline
as
for
well,
that.
yeah, trampoline jumping. We had a trampoline in our
Yeah.
Cool.
our garden. I actually recently saw some pictures again. Like, hey, that was a trampoline in our garden. I forgot about that, but that was really because of him, because
Yeah.
he really wanted to jump and do some flips and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I decided to do them on the ground. Then became free running a really big part of my life. Just running around, doing flips, doing the things. Yeah, it felt really like.
Yeah, like meditation.
Like meditation.
Meditative, yeah.
When I was bored, I just went outside and did some flips and run walls. I think that made me stayed me fit at that time. And when
very lean. That's where his lean part really was.
So when that got a bit less and school and just lost motivation, when I stopped doing just randomly going outside on my own and doing some jumps, then I lost some motivation and then I became like fat. So
Why are you fat again? Yeah, that question is going to be in the mind forever.
Yeah. But do you still do free running now?
yeah, I don't do it as much as I did back then.
Well, he's a free run trainer.
Yeah, I train.
Yeah.
Almost forgot about that. I'm a trainer as well.
I didn't do it also because of Corona.
Yeah.
And my school really interfered with the training times that I needed to give training. So I think the last time I did it was like three months ago. So
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
that kind of sucks, but
it was really fun, and I really love free running. And I'm actually, my school has a new part of it, which is a subject you can choose.
Cool.
And that is urban. That was new this year, and actually the one who mentors the whole class is a coach of my old free running club. So
cool.
It's really cool to meet each other again there. So it's
Yeah.
nice. So
I actually
there,
saw that as Dutchies have a world champion in free
Yeah.
running.
As well.
she's from the same club I was
cool.
from. Yeah.
nice, nice. So
Yeah.
that's urban York for
Yeah.
everyone out
Yeah.
there. That's where those sports came from. So
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, that's,
All right. So I think we're gonna be slowly moving towards the end of this. I have a few more questions. First of all, what is your superpower?
We always ask this. What is
Yeah.
your superpower? What do you think you're really good at? You excel at compared to others, or you just really think you are good at?
I think I find fun in things where other people don't find fun in it. Like
Okay.
when people are like, for example, at school we do a sport which no one in the class loves. Then
What is a sport?
I don't know what's called in English.
What's the Dutch name?
Korfbal.
Oh yeah, I don't think there is even because it's played in Holland and Belgium.
Yeah.
It's,
Korfball. It's an interesting sport.
Yeah.
It's an interesting sport.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I think I have like the superpower to make people
Enjoy that.
enjoy it
Yeah.
and make it fun for other people and for myself. I find fun in things that shouldn't be funny. So
I think we can all agree on that.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think like I make people like things more and make the environment like
yeah.
really a safe
I see
space
that. Yeah.
and
Give
a fun space.
Give it good vibes everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that's a
Yeah.
good one. I guess that's true for everything here, as in the podcast, the recordings. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice. So the next question, we always ask this as well. What is going to be the next big thing?
I really think that that batteries are gonna change in the next couple of years.
Batteries. In
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
way?
Every way. I think Tesla and like every other electric vehicle are gonna reinvent like the battery, but it's gonna be in like the next 10 years also gonna be in our phones. So we have to charge our phone not like once a day or twice a day, like once a week.
Yeah.
So we are really like putting money on to innovate batteries that go 1,000 miles on cars, and if we can shrink that to a small
sizes, yeah.
yeah. So I think that's gonna be the
Ooh.
next big thing,
Yeah.
like a really powerful small battery.
That could be a big selling point as well.
Yeah.
I would switch phones if I would have to, because like iPhone, like, fun, but I have to charge, especially the Apple Watch and stuff like that. I have to charge it so
Yeah.
often.
Speaking of batteries, have you seen a new car built in Delft, which is on solar power?
No, not yet.
You have to
It's
charge it once a month.
That's cool. That's
and
really
it's a
cool.
supercar.
Oh, charge it once a month with electricity, as in like just
I think they said, don't quote me on this, in summer you need to charge it once a month or once every
Yeah,
other
it's
month.
really cool.
And in winter, like once every 2 weeks.
That's
and
really
because of the like
You always charge.
yeah, that so and at some point it's gonna just dry out.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
no,
out of fuel, out
exactly.
of electricity.
Of course, it depends on how much you drive. The only issue is I think it costs like 200K or something right now. But they only made 5.
But also-
but the whole thing is because there's this thing called what is it called, the Solar Challenge or the
yeah. Like in Australia.
in Australia, and the Delft University basically always wins it. And from that research, they build a business using everything they've done, and now have made a first solar car.
But does it look like a car, or is it?
Yeah.
It looks like a car.
It looks
It's
pretty cool.
It does not have like any panels on top of it. Or does it?
I think it does, or like the
It makes sense.
No, that's
actually.
the difference. Yeah, because if it's like
it looks like a cool car.
But if
but
it looks like
there's
a cool
probably
car-
panels. I mean, there has to be panels on.
yeah, but if you can integrate it as in like the roof of the car and it looks like a car, or you
Yeah.
can reinvent the car obviously, but not like have panels on top of it. That's gonna look.
If you have the experience and the knowledge about why not
Yeah,
to make a car
exactly.
on solar power.
Also part of the answer, so that could also fit
Yeah.
into the sort of battery. So even like if the battery doesn't get any smaller, that's how they could sort of extend the range on
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
cars. But they could maybe extend the range on phones. It's gonna be hard because it's gonna be in your pocket the entire time. It's gonna be hard, but it's a fun answer. We haven't had that one, so
All right. Well, I think on that cool answer, that's it. Thank you so much, Jorg, for the unexpected visit.
Yeah.
At least on your side.
on your side,
Yeah.
we were expecting.
Prepared.
Yeah, I hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed this episode, and I hope you
I
guys
enjoyed it.
That's nice. That's nice. I enjoyed it as well. So I hope you guys also found this insightful, and maybe just found some relatability in this as well, and maybe some
Yeah.
new things about York Brownie.
And we will have you back for sure one day. So if you have any questions, we should definitely ask him next time. Let us know if you're watching this on YouTube in the comments, and if you're listening to this,
Direct messages on
direct message
Instagram.
us. Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Smash like, subscribe, hit bell. Bye bye.